Cesar Chavez Cesar Chavez was poor and lived in a small home. He was born on March 31st, 1927, near Yuma, Arizona. He had two brothers and two sisters. Cesar was named after his grandfather. His family owned a grocery store and a ranch. His parents are Juana Estrada Chavez and Librado Chavez. In the 1930s, the Great Depression had come, and during the Great Depression, they had lost everything they owned. They moved up to California to find work. Caesar had to go work as a migrant farm worker and also had to go to school. His family had barely any money and sometimes had little food or barely any food on their table. He had moved to many schools because him and his family had to go find work. They had to drop he had to drop out of the 8th grade so he can be a full-time farm worker. Then he worked at the US Navy Center during World War II. He had called those 2 years as the worst years of my life. Then, right after, he had married his high school sweetheart named Helen Fabio. And then they moved to San Jose, and there is where they had their 8 children. He had worked as a farm worker, and working on the farms was very difficult. He had led the strikes to get justice. He continued to fight for the rights of the workers. Caesar was willing to make many sacrifices. After all those battles, Cesar Estrada Chavez died in his sleep peacefully in a rental apartment on April 23rd, 1933, near Yuma, Arizona. The obstacles that have overcome were when his family had lost their farm. Also, he had dropped out of the 8th grade and had to work on the fields full time. He moved to place to find work. His family and were underpaid at their job, and they weren't respected, and sometimes they didn't even get paid at all. He has become a symbol to all. The legacy of Cesar Chavez for everyone is that he taught us how to take something that does not exist to make it exist. My deliverable illustrates the life of my hero because it shows him when he was in the US Navy. It shows the fields to work on. It shows the fields he worked on as a little boy until him growing up. It shows his religion. Also the people who were on his side. It showed the flags that were their symbol, the grapes that they were against, also not buying from. There is a part where he is giving a speech to all. My hero has impacted my life because he made the history that I wanted to live. He made the community and country a better place. He had a vision to make a better country, to have everybody united. What I have learned about the qualifications to be a hero is how to take something that does not exist to make it exist. That is, if you are willing to sacrifice yourself for others. Thanks for watching.